We've talked about the different reasons to use be, do, and have. Let's talk about a few more reasons. The first one is question tags. Okay? Now, question tags are normal sentences. They're not, you don't say a question, you say a normal positive or negative sentence. And then you use a comma plus the auxiliary verb and the subject. Okay? Now, if your sentence is positive, the question tag should be negative. So, an example, it is hot. Now, this sentence doesn't have an auxiliary verb, but the be verb, when it's the main verb, we can use question tags. It is hot, comma. Now, it is hot is positive, so the question tag should be negative. It is hot, isn't it? You like hot chocolate. Now, this is a positive sentence. This is the present simple, you like. So what is the auxiliary verb for you in the present simple? It's do, right? But this sentence is positive. You like hot chocolate. So do, the question tag, we need to use negative. You like hot chocolate, don't you? Okay. He came yesterday. Now this is positive in the past simple, so we need did, but it's a positive sentence, so we need didn't. He came yesterday, didn't he? And present perfect sentence, you've been here a long time, haven't you? You've been here a long time, haven't you? And the last one is actually an example of the opposite. The sentence is negative, so the question tag is going to be positive. We aren't studying reading today. Are we? Okay, so we use auxiliary verbs in question tags. Now, another reason, of course, is for short answers. When people ask you a yes or a no question, of course, use the auxiliary verb in your answers. Don't repeat the main verb, just use the auxiliary verb. Examples, somebody asks me, or maybe not me, but just an example, are you from Japan? Answer, yes I am, right? Or did they have a good time? Yes, they did, right? Have you been here long? No, I haven't. And does she understand? No, she doesn't. So in our answers, we just say the auxiliary verb, okay? Don't repeat the main verb. Now, the third reason to use auxiliary verbs that I'm going to talk about in this video are for reply questions. Reply means like a reaction or an answer, okay? Now, listen carefully, I'll show you. Somebody says, I have a very large nuclear family. I have. Is this present perfect? I have a very, no. This is present simple, right? I have, possession. I have a very large nuclear family. And then I tell this to my friend, and my friend says, like a reaction, you do, right? You do, the helping verb, the auxiliary verb. He can say or she can say, you do, or opposite order, do you? Both ways are okay. You do you? Okay. Another sentence. She doesn't have to worry about money. She doesn't have to worry about money. Here, the auxiliary verb is doesn't, right? So somebody's reaction, she doesn't, or change the order, doesn't she? Very popular English when we're speaking. They won't. Now, here we have an example of will. Now, will is a different kind of auxiliary verb that you will study later in 125, but it's an auxiliary verb. Of course, will in the negative, we say will not or won't. So they won't be here next week. They won't be here next week. And somebody's reaction, they won't or won't they? Both ways are okay, remember? And the last example, I have been in Canada for 1 year. And my sentence, I have been, the auxiliary verb is have. And so somebody's reaction to me, you have you, right? So we talked about question tags. Remember, the difficult thing about question tags, positive sentence, we use a negative question tag. A negative sentence, we use a positive question tag. We talked about short answers. Yes, I am. Yes, I do. No, I don't. No, I haven't. And then we talked about reply questions. And please understand, reply questions, we don't change positive, negative, negative, positive. No, really, the person's reaction is they're just repeating what I said. So I have been in Canada for 1 year, and the person says, you have? Have you? Okay, so these are some more reasons to use auxiliary verbs. If you'd like to practice this more, click on the link in the video.